Good morning, good afternoon. It is post brunch for me. I'm still in Senegal. So it is 5 p.m. here. So my January 1st is almost over. Yours is probably just beginning wherever you are. Hi, welcome. Welcome to the first live stream of the year. Ew, 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 ew. I'm wearing a sparkly top that I brought with me for New Year's. But since I spent New Year's in bed, because your girl loves to sleep. Might as well wear it with y'all. You see all my stuff. You see all my best clothes on these streams because I ain't going nowhere. I ain't doing nothing. And being in Senegal has not changed that. So hi to everyone who's here. I see Dara, Shauna. Oh, Shauna said she loves my hair. I just got it braided Friday. I don't love it because they didn't follow my instructions. Hey, Greta. But it's super long. It's longer than my arms. It's past my butt, which is what I wanted, but I also wanted it thinner so that I could put it in a bun. And they made like regular size, medium-sized braids, I would say. And so when I put it at the top of my head, it literally is like up to here. It's stupid. It's just stupid. I like to, when I have braids on, I like to put them in a bun to work out, like do Pilates or anything. But this is too much hair if I use 5-pack. So this is too much hair. I won't be doing Pilates with these in. Because it's a lot. It's so much. Anyway, that's not why you guys are here. We're here to talk about making goals happen. I'm resting the camera on my knees. I'm a little bouncy today. Sorry about that, y'all. Hey Sarah. Hey Kimberly. You guys are all members of the channel. Thank you for being here. Oh, I still have my I went to the Radisson Blu, which is one of the most popular hotels in Dakar. I went there for brunch. I'll talk about that in another video. We have to talk about that. I will say now that I went to, they had a line at each station, and I went to like the barbecue grilled meat station, and I'm 3 people from the front, and somebody's grandma went to the front of the line and took all the meat. Every single piece of meat on the grill was gone. And so every one of us who was like the people in line after her had to wait for them to start grilling everything from scratch. And I was like, okay, well, she was she left with her plate piled like this high of meats. And we were like, I can't get a lamb chop below it. I can't just get a little piece of meat. Nope. Woo. Okay, so Auntie Lou says she's still hungover from the champagne. Good for you. I'm proud of you. If y'all went out last night and did stuff, I'm very, very proud of you. I did nothing. I didn't mention this. I sent an email the other day about my surf lessons. One of the things I didn't mention was that I pulled something, either my hip flexor or my groin. I can't tell exactly what's going on, but I couldn't walk. Not that I couldn't walk. It was advisable that I did not walk for like 2 days. So I did my surf lesson on Friday, got my hair braided Friday afternoon, in pain, like even sitting hurt, standing hurt, walking hurt. Stayed in bed all day yesterday, and then today I got up and went to brunch. But I just sat there, except for the time I was standing up, waiting for them to start grilling stuff from scratch. She said, all the meat is mine. All of the meat is mine. You here after me, that's your bad. I was like, okay. Mind you, when I got there, before this happened, speaking of, this is the segue of all segues. Before this happened, they were walking back down the line with food, and he had these, like, they had grilled some very large shrimp, gambas, they call them here, very large shrimp. And he gave me one, and asked if I get a second one, and he was like, he looked at me, and he like gave me he looked through the plate to find the very smallest one and gave it to me. When I went to the front and I got the lamb chops, he gave me one, asked if I get a second one. Your girl eats. He was like, 2? I'm like, you just gave her. And she may have been getting meat for the whole family, but you don't know who I'm getting meat for. people. You don't know who I'm getting meat for. You don't know who I'm getting meat for. I was like, how old do I have to be to get some respect around here? What is the magic word to say to get any kind of child? Anyway, my adventure here is coming to a close. I leave Tuesday evening. I have thoughts. We'll share them for another day. Shauna went to a house party. Alicia passed out before a New York toast. Mimosa's on deck today. Nubianette says it's cold and pouring in Oakland all week. Ew, I'll be in Oakland end of January, beginning of February. Hopefully it won't be cold and pouring then. Let's see. Auntie Lou stayed home and made a charcuterie board and drank. That is the business. I like it. I like it. Hey, Tanya. Greta was asleep before midnight. Grandma had no shame. Grandma was like, what is shame? I'm here for the meat. Okay. All right. All right. Judith Grace is enjoying her 80th year in Querétaro. Look at that. I love it. I love it. All right. Let's talk goals. Let's talk what we're doing in the new year. One of the reasons I wanted to do this was that I feel like each year I set a goal and I forget about it. But no one keeps me as accountable as you guys do. Accountable. You guys stay on me. I should probably check in on my last year's goals too, but I don't remember what those were. I remember I was supposed to read 22 books. I don't think I hit 22, but I did at least over 10. I'll count them and let you know next time. I should have thought about this for this video, but I forgot that I set goals last year. I forgot. I did some things on my vision board. Did not do some things on my vision board. But I want to talk to you guys about what your goals are and what you're going to do to keep them accountable. And I'll share with you my goals for the year. I figured we'd take it easy because some of y'all are still in bed. Especially my West Coast crew. You're probably still in bed. What? Let's do something easy today. Let's ease into the new year. Okay, Mind Your Business is getting on a plane in a couple of hours to start digital nomading. Congratulations. Congratulations. That's awesome. Okay, JG brought the year in Dallas. Okay. Cat from Reboot Room. This is not a hotel. This is an Airbnb. I moved into an Airbnb a couple of days. Monday? I think Monday. So I think I've been here about a week. It's everything here has its drawbacks. Like I needed to leaving the hotel. I was like, I need cash because I have enough cash to get home, but not enough cash to get anywhere else. And this is where I am is not walkable. So I asked the guy at the front. I saw 2 ATMs in the hotel, but they didn't work. I asked the guy in the hotel. I needed to pay for. It's such a backward story. The buffet price didn't include any drinks, and I had a mimosa. Any drinks with alcohol. I had a mimosa, so I had to pay for it separately. I couldn't pay for it at the table because I wanted to pay by credit card machine, and at the hotel, they did not have machines that worked at the table. I had to go up to the front desk on the 3rd floor and then go pay for it and then go back down to 0 and bring him my receipt. Okay, it's my fault for not having cash, but I don't have cash. So I go to the front desk, ask the guy if there are ATMs around here at work, and he was like, before I go to pay, he asked me if I'm staying here. I say, no, I'm not staying here. I just came for brunch. So he's like, there are ATMs in, when you go to the 1st floor, just go to the left. They're in C Plaza. C Plaza is the mall next door. So I go downstairs to go to the mall, to go to the mall. But I need a key to get past the door to get to C Plaza. I told this man I wasn't staying here, and he sent me to a place where I needed a key to get through. There's some staff working, so I get them to let me in, and they're like, where's your key? And I was like, I'm just walking through. And they're like, I don't know, but I'm not stopping to have this conversation. I keep walking. Keep walking. You're just gonna do this. All right. Get to the mall. There are 3 ATMs for 3 different banks. Not a single one has cash. Not a single ATM in the mall has cash. Now, this wouldn't be a problem if this was a community that used credit cards regularly or debit cards, but it's almost entirely a cash society. And I can't get cash. And so I went to there's a grocery store in the mall. I went to the mall to get a bottle of water because I'm out of water. And they only sell water in like the huge bottles or like big bottles in like a 6-pack. But I don't have enough cash to get home and buy a 6-pack of water. And I don't need a 6-pack of water. I'm only here for like 3 more days. I'm not going to drink all that water. I should, but I won't. I just want 1 bottle of water, right, to last me through tomorrow so I can figure out what I'm doing. I can't buy 1 bottle of water because they don't sell them by the ones. I can't get any cash. And so I'm here. There's no ATM within walking distance of here. And I might have enough cash to get to an ATM, but then I got to get to the next place after that. So it's been, I'm going to give y'all a longer thing, but this trip has not been without its challenges. There have been challenges. All that to say, I don't know, I'm thirsty and broke. Thirsty and broke. The money thing is weird here. It's weird. I don't know. All right, let me go through. Let me see your goals. Okay, so I saw that Dara says her goal is, oh, I'm sorry. That last segue was to say I like the Airbnb. I just saw Blue Rooms. Think about my hotel room. It's an Airbnb. That segue was, it's nice, but it's not walkable. So there's no grocery store in walking distance. And it's 80 degrees outside. So that makes walking distance different for me. I'm keeping it real. Somebody's going to be outside and loving it. It's not me. Walking distance needs to be like 3 blocks in this temperature. If it's hot or cold, my walking distance shrinks a lot. There's no grocery store in walking distance, and there's no bank. I think the closest bank I saw on the ATM on the map is like 45-minute walk. In my hotel before, there was a bank that was like a 15-minute walk, which I did walk to. It was also on the way to stuff. The bank that I'd be walking to here is not on the way to anything. I asked the driver on the way home from the hotel to take me to a bank. And he was like, Bank of Africa? I said, yeah. He pulled onto my street. I was like, I thought we were going to the bank. And he was like, no, you're going to this place. I was like, but we talked about it. And he was like, no, you're going to this place. Okay. All right. Okay. That's fine. I'm just home. I have a place to stay. It's been drama. All right. Woo. Okay, Judith Grace has been visiting and living in Mexico for 80 years, mainly Acapulco. Wow. I still haven't been to Acapulco. How did you like it? And what took you from Acapulco to Querétaro? Mind Your Business 82 is going to Lisbon, Portugal. Love it, love it, love it. Marissa's goal is to build her online business and finally leave corporate America. Marissa, you're a social worker, right? Is your online business social work related? Let us know. Let us know what your online business is and how we can best support you. Happy New Year, Colette. Ooh, the Roots at Disney Hall. That's nice. That's a nice setting. That's a nice way to bring in the new year. Like, it's not a lot of pressure. It's not a lot of, I like it. All right. Sexy LX. All right, now 2023 equals retirement, travel, be more social, more self-care, declutter so I can downsize. All right, so I would love it if you thought about breaking that down more. It's like, what does more self-care look like? Do you already have that broken down in your mind and you just shortcut it for us? Or do you not really know what it looks like? Because for me, things don't happen unless I actually give myself like an idea of how frequently I'm going to do something and what I'm going to do. So like for more self-care for me, what I would add to my list is massages every other week, or maybe massages once a month. I never get massages, so adding any massage would be great. But that is something that going to add to my list right now. Massage at least once a month. Bum, bum, bum. Watch me type it in. All right. Okay. Libya, yeah. Oh, you guys, there is an error fare on Air Senegal to Dakar today. It happened maybe 2 hours ago. I don't know if they fixed it. Air Senegal flights from New York were as low as $207 on specific dates. So I would check that out. It might still be, I saw it like 2 hours ago. It might still be available if you want to go. If you're watching this in 2 days, maybe that is not available anymore. But I know some people got that deal. $207 from New York to Senegal. Now I've heard Air Senegal is kind of janky. But if you're willing to risk kind of janky, go for it. All right, Sarah's goals. One more scouting trip to Mexico, ringing the new year in 2024, my new apartment in Mexico City. Yes, love it, love it, love it. All right, Dara is trying to sell her sofa via text. Negotiate. All right. Halicia's goals. Okay, so travel to 5 new places outside of Portugal and grow our Black Utopia to 15,000 active subscribers. Child, adding that active in there, I'm going to tell you. Active. If I were you, and I'm not, and you don't have to care what I say, if I were you, I would just add a subscriber goal and not worry about whether these are active people or not. Because what is an active subscriber? And do they remain active? And are they around? Who knows? It's just active is a really hard modifier for that particular goal. Yeah, no, my life is like drama free, but like also dramatic at the same time. Like I just want to get cash. And I hit 5 ATMs today and not a single one worked. Or either it didn't work or they didn't have money. 5? Why? What? Why is it like this? Why it gotta be like this? I'm a spirit artist, says her goal is to make her art and jewelry profitable. Okay. Ooh, Judith Grace was in 6 earthquakes in Acapulco. Yeah, I can see you not loving that. Sarah, I have been to Puebla and I liked Puebla a lot. Not more than Mexico City, but of all, people always ask me like, what city would I live in if it wasn't Mexico City? Puebla would be in the running. I liked it. All right. Arnell says her goal is to wear herself out traveling. She'll rest between trips. Okay. Okay. I don't know what you're saying here, Halisi. I don't think you're meeting up. You're not coming to the meetup, are you? I feel like you had stuff to do. You weren't going to be around. You're already, I don't know. I feel like you weren't going to be there. Oh, yeah. Secret Flying is where I saw that. Yes. Yeah. It was on Secret Flying and I've also heard that Air Senegal will cancel your flight and then not have a replacement flight for like a week. They're like, yeah, we can rebook you a week later, which depending on what else is going on in your life, not everyone has that flexibility. So I told someone, I was talking to someone who is getting married in Senegal next week. Her family, she's Senegalese, lives in the US. Her husband is from Senegal as well. I think he lives in the US too. I feel like she lived there longer. I don't know. I didn't get into all the details. They're doing their traditional ceremony next week. So they go back and forth a couple times a year. I told her about it. And she said, is it on Air Senegal? I said, yeah. She said, no. I was like, oh, there's this great flight deal. She said, what's the airline? And I hadn't seen it yet. And I told her Air Senegal. She was like, I'll pay Delta. I was like, oh. She's like, yeah, $207 is a great price, but I won't be doing that. I'm like, oh, okay. All right. Yep. All right. Happy New Year's, Lisa. 2023, create a budget and stick to it to save for my move abroad. Be more active, walk 3 times a week. On the new channel, I've got some videos coming this month about creating your budget, making financial goals, which I'm not talking about financial goals here. I'm just going to talk more about like life goals and some other stuff, some other exciting New Year stuff. All right. I paid 1-800-GOT-JUNK to empty my apartment. Yes. I may be doing that when I get to my storage unit. Adelia's going to have to tell y'all how I act when I get to my storage unit because it might be a mess. I might be like, burn it all down. Burn it all down. I don't know. We'll see. All right. AJ's goal is to achieve financial independence through their tech recruitment business and other added revenue streams. I see it. Okay. Halise is hosting a meetup in Lisbon after Marrakesh. They can't meet Marrakesh. That makes more sense. Halise, you know what I'm about to say, right? I can't get invited? I can't get invited to Lisbon? That's what I'm hearing? I can't. Other people were invited, but I couldn't. Okay. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. No, I don't feel any way about it. I'm fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. All right. How's Mama Dowe adjusting to Merida? I called her the other day and she was like, I'm busy. I can't speak to you. She had people over. Apparently she's adjusting just fine. She's too busy for me now, so I don't know. Mm-mm. All right, Yamoja Dantar says her 2023 Q1 goals, YouTube channel up and running, group coaching business for transitioning to tech launched. Okay, Yamoja, I would ask you, what is standing between you and putting up your first video? And how can you reduce the friction? Sometimes your first video is just going to be you talking to the camera about nothing at all. Nothing at all. Because you need to do that a certain number of times just to get those videos up and out, right? Like, I do this too, right? Like, I am not saying this as someone who's like surpassed this. Maybe I'm in it with you. But like with my new channel, I told my membership that I was launching in October. I was like, I'm launching a new channel, and I did it in December. Why? What was I doing? What was I doing? Nothing. I was doing nothing. I was avoiding it. I was giving reasons why I couldn't get the first video up. Just reasons. I told them in October, immediately after a summit, I was like, I'm launching a new channel ASAP. 3 months later, 2 months later. If I had done it, I might have been monetized by now. But I didn't then. I was chilling, doing nothing. All right. All right. RSD's goal is to start part-time freelance, become fluent in Spanish and yoga walking. Okay. Alicia, I see you save invited, but you know I'm gonna hold this one against you for a little while. They want to know dates for Portugal. My goal is to slow travel abroad full-time, starting this summer, and try out house sitting while in Europe. I met a woman this afternoon who comes here a couple times a year, and she house sits in Senegal and stays for a month at a time. And I'm like, part of my experience here was that I didn't, because of the surfing, I didn't really feel like I was here a month. It felt like I was here like half a week. There was like an adjustment period, and then I had a couple days, and then I started surfing, and that took up the whole time, and then I leave on Tuesday. Like, time just flew. And so I definitely come back, but I do it differently. All right. So my goals. I do want to start house sitting next year. I want to house sit. I want to spend 3 months, consecutive months, either in Africa or Europe. I haven't decided yet. I'd like to be house sitting during that time. We'll see how it goes. I still haven't set up my profile. So we'll see. We'll see what happens there. Let me read. I have these written down somewhere. I'll tell you the rest of my goals. Now these are my life goals. I will talk about money goals in another video, probably on the other channel, because I'm focusing on money stuff on the other channel. Roshida Dowe. Subscribe if you haven't already. Let me hit you with the HTTPS. Can I do this and spell it correctly and get everything right? We'll see. Someone click on the link and let me know. It looks right, but baby, I don't know. Happy New Year, Global Paper. Thank you. But yeah, Senegal has been challenging. I'll tell you one thing. Every time I leave Mexico City and I go somewhere else, I'm like, nah, baby, I'm a mega city girl. Every time I'm in a city that's like a little slower, a little like not as up, I'm like, no, baby, give me all the technology. Give me a subway, please. Give me a subway. More than one method of transportation, a ferry system, something, a helicopter, anything. That's not just negotiating with these taxi drivers and taking this ride, using this ride sharing app. Please, anything else? These cars? Can I get on a bus? The bus is here. The buses here are like the buses that I used to be on in Jamaica, where you're like, your genitals are touching the strangers. You're trying not to breathe someone's armpit. Not for me. But I would like a bus with less people, but that's not what we're getting. And so I'm in the cars. All right. My list of goals for 2023, my life goals. I want to learn how to make gumbo. Reminder, I am not Southern. No one in my family is from the South. We ain't got no Louisiana, nothing anywhere. I have never been inside a home while gumbo was being made, ever in my I am 43. Never in my life have I been inside of a home while gumbo was being made. We are island people. I have been inside the house while sorrel is being made. I can make you some Jamaican rum punch. I cannot. And I feel like it's something it looks like a kind of food I would like, right? Like I like it when I eat it. I would like to learn how to make it and make it well. Hi, Cherise. How you doing? Welcome to the membership. Cherise is, I'm going to call you a longtime friend. Hi. I hope I get to see you soon. All right. So, yeah, I want to learn how to make gumbo. Random. But it's one of those things where I'm like, y'all just be putting stuff in a pot? It sounds like y'all just be putting stuff in a pot, but then y'all be clowning other people when they don't make it the way you think it's supposed to be made. Gumbo feels like spades to me. Like there's some black ass mystery in it. Some black ass mystery in that gumbo. And I would like to know the ways. So that's the top of my list. Random, I know. And I'll be learning, if I learn, I'll be learning in Mexico. But I think they'll have all the ingredients. I have also never been inside a house while a grit was being cooked. I don't know how to cook grits. But grits, grits, I like eating other people's grits. I don't want to make it myself. But I would like, yes, I would like to learn how to make gumbo randomly. I would also like to bake more. I love to bake, but since I shouldn't eat gluten, I rarely ever bake. I would like to bake more, even if that means giving away stuff, just because I like the process of baking. And so I'm adding that as a thing to do on Thursdays because my cleaning lady comes on Fridays. You hear it. You hear that science happening right there. The science magic, yes. I would like to do that before the cleaning lady comes so she can take care of all the mess. It's probably when I'll start cooking a lot more too. I've been cooking on Sundays and that gets kind of annoying because then I really don't wash dishes anymore. And I'm like, oh, either I have to wash these or I gotta let them sit for a week. So I don't like cooking on Sunday. So I'm gonna try to do more of it on Thursday. It is. It's true. Like everybody has their way, and if it feels like if it wasn't passed down to you from your ancestors, you'll never really know. And it wasn't passed down to me from my ancestors. So we gonna learn. Um, this one is random, and I'm surprised that I'm sharing it because y'all know I withhold. Not because I don't want to share with you guys, but just because like it feels weird to put all of it out on the internet. Like to really open up. I'm not at a place where like opening up super wide on the internet feels right to me. But I want to feel sexy. I want to intentionally feel sexy, and I haven't in years. And I think some of that is that like the pandemic and my body changing and clothes not fitting the way I want them to, and not really having anywhere to go that like sexy works for. Like if you ask Adelia, it's like, where we go? We're going to a coffee shop. Like how sexy can you be? But like not even put like, I'd like to put in effort. I'd like to put in effort about like really enjoying the way I look and feeling good about it. And that's been something I've been letting slide the last few years. So I want to do that. Ooh, M. Dickens made gravy for the first time a few days ago. A success. I don't take wheat, so fried things I can't have unless I fry at home. I use almond rice flour in my house. I have never made gravy in my life. She's such a hater, y'all. She is such a hater. First of all, has she ever taught me how to cook jerk anything? And she also don't like spicy food. So I rarely even eat jerk food. But here she comes, hating. Hating. From outside the club, because she can barely cook herself. Hating. Okay. I'm going to call that Sunday Love. Or Sundai is a Black YouTuber who lives in Japan. She cooks gumbo and provides a recipe. It looks so good. She's originally from California. All right now. Okay, Ty Cooper's goal is to figure out how to make up the money lost on the market. Baby, that's a whole other conversation. Right now I'm thinking about renting a room in the house. I'm like, stock market, honey, we've had a couple years of down bad. It's time to bounce back. Please and thank you. Ty, we've had enough. We have had enough, Mr. Stock Market, sir. Get it together. Get it together. All right. What am I missing? Hater. Okay, now I want y'all Don't say anything. Wait until one of us tells you the next time we went out after dark in Mexico City. It's going to be like 7 months. She says we're going to start. We ain't going nowhere. We ain't doing nothing. Both of us like to be in bed or on the couch. And our own beds. Our own couches. We're not going nowhere. Mm-mm. All right, y'all have gumbo recipes. Okay. I learned how to belly dance. It makes me feel sexy. Okay. That's helpful. That is, so I wasn't sure how, for each goal I make, I really want to know like what the steps I'm going to do to achieve it are. Because if it's just like feel sexy, what is that? How do I accomplish that? Right? Like, what does that mean? And so saying something like adding belly dancing or maybe adding salsa dancing, because that'll be easy to do in Mexico, might be a way. Coffee Jazz works as my goal this year is to make this channel profitable. Thank you, Professor LCH. Yeah, it's more of a feeling thing. I appreciate it. Somebody has herself a private chef now in Merida. Somebody got herself a man who comes over and cooks and leaves her food. And now she don't know nothing about a kitchen. She's never known anything about a kitchen. This is me hating now. But now there's a man who comes and does it for her. So she says things like, I don't have to cook. She's been in Merida since October, 3 months. And 6 weeks out of that time, she was in Asia. She already got people over in the house, chilling so she can't talk to me, taking a class of some sort. She doesn't have to cook. Busy and fancy, just busy and fancy. All right, Shannon's going to spend some time in Puerto Vallarta in March. I'll be there in February, just before you. Coffee Jazz Work is working on a rebrand. Let's see. Auntie Lou says, I'm going to start exercising. I need to feel flexible and I want to tone up. Okay, let me tell you, surfing let me know that all the flexibility I've had from years of being a yoga teacher and doing yoga regularly and all the strength I had from all the things I've done in my life, gone. Gone in the pandemic. Gone. No flexibility, no strength. Gone. I'm like a wet noodle out there in the ocean, just a wet noodle. The last day, we paddled out past the point where where I could stand up. And he had me paddling parallel to the waves. So I'd be paddling here and a wave would come and it would catch my board up, flip me over. So now I'm underneath the board. Or like it flipped me multiple times in the water. I'm attached to the board and I know if I can reach it, like I can swim, I can tread water. So if I can get my head up, I'm fine. And now the board is flipped upside down. I'm underneath. I have to flip it again. Sometimes like my instructor would be around enough to help me. He'd help me, I'd flip it over or he'd help me flip it over. And in the middle of this wave crashing, I would have to climb back on. And now I'm closer to the shore than I was before. So I got to paddle now diagonally out to where I was and start paddling again, parallel to the waves. And another wave would come and bash me again. And I'd get off the thing. After like the 6th time of that happening, I was like, no, I'm done. Like, I rode one wave that day. And that was the last day was the least waves I'd ever gotten. No, I was like, no, I'm absolutely finished with this. Like, you have me paddling parallel to these waves, and these waves keep knocking me off the board, knocking the entire board over, like flipping me around, like I am a shoe in a washing machine. I'm just getting flipped. And then I got to get back on the board and keep paddling again and paddle more, and then turn, maybe catch a wave and maybe ride it, or what happened most times is I would just hop on my surfboard, try to catch a wave and fall off. And then I got to paddle back out and do that. tired, no strength in my arms. And it was always like, well, you need to practice jumping rope. I'm on vacation. What is this? You need more explosive strength. I don't have it. So what are we? Yes. So to your point of flexibility, I really, and like my legs, like I said, I sprained my groin because standing on the board, what happened frequently is one foot would slip, or I'd try to get one foot on and it would slip and my legs would flop. Some version of getting split wide open by the ocean and the board and a lack of balance. And there's no grip. Like, it's not like a paddleboard where there's grip. It's very smooth. So if your feet doesn't catch it and stick on, you sliding off. For so many times I just put a foot down and just slid off. I'm not flexible. I don't have it. Am I going to get it back? I don't know. But that's a young man's game, a young person's game. It's not a, no. Yeah, so exercising and flexibility. I didn't realize surfing made me feel the most out of shape that I felt in a long time. And the ocean's hateful. So she don't like us. That ocean is full of trash. The water out here, it's kind of nasty. Not like plastic more than anything. It's just people just throw their trash on the beach. There's no trash cans on the beach. So people just throw their trash on the beach. And so every day you're like, wait, you can feel. Like one day I was like, what is that? It feels like fabric. And it was like a pair of shorts, right? And then there's like bottles and things. They do a really good job of cleaning up the beach when low tide comes and when stuff gets washed ashore, people do a good job of picking it up, but they don't do a good job of not throwing their trash on the beach for the ocean to come get it taken away. Anyway, that was a segue. That was random, but Exodus after dark. Yeah. What's my favorite city to be sexy in? I don't know, but I've never thought about that before. I'll have to give it some thought. All right. Okay, on my list, I want to journal more. Related on my list, I want more quiet time in the morning. I'm one of those people that wants to have a chair and it's not comfortable. Hold on a second. Didn't need that anyway. I'm one of those people that wants to have a morning routine, but I don't like doing the same. I don't like feeling committed to doing the same thing every day. So my morning routine, when I have one and when I'm good about it, is I have like a list of like 10 different things, and I choose one of those things every morning. Like every morning, whether it's journaling or reading or going for a walk or just sitting outside and drinking some water, I give myself permission to do anything on the list that like calls to me that day, as opposed to having a rigid morning routine. Because if I have a rigid morning routine, I will not stick to it. If I gotta do the same thing in the same order every day, not even a week. I won't even make it a week. I won't do it. All right. Ooh. Tonight I took a chair dancing lesson. It's very fun. Wait, I scrolled too fast. It made me feel really sexy. Come with a girlfriend. Okay. One of my friends does pole. She does some pole dancing classes. It's 2 days later. I just moved and I can feel it in my groin. And I sit when we're done here. So maybe I'll try that with her. Oh, Monique's been belly dancing for 20 years. Okay. All right. Okay, so Shada's going to spend a month in Puerto Vallarta to complete her residency. If you already have a person, let me know. If not, message me and I know someone out there who did it, I think. I know someone who did it out there. I can find out who they used. They used someone they really liked. All right. Hey, Kiki, Happy New Year. What is the link for the vision board Zoom? I assume you're talking about Adalia and Ivana's vision board Zoom, since I'm not doing a vision board Zoom. I don't know what the link is. If Adelia's here and she's sharing the link already, she can share it here. If not, communicate with her. I don't know. I'm not doing a vision board Zoom, so I think that's what you're talking about. All right, let's see. The waves are laughing at me. The waves were rude. Why am I upside? Like, I've paddled so far out here. My arms are exhausted. I can barely breathe. I am holding on with all 43 years. And you just knocked me upside? I haven't even started surfing yet, and I'm on my back in the ocean trying to hold on. Go away. Go to hell. All right. Okay, JG's 2023 goal is to have a job offer from an NFL team or a Power 5 college program by fall. If not, CDMX is looking like a real thing. I'm ready for both options. Tired of taking a year off. Yep. I love that for you. I don't know what a Power 5 college program is, but I can guess. One of them big teams. You want one of them big teams. I get it. I think that's what that means. I think you're going to get a job offer from an NFL team that's going to have lots of money to shower on you. I see it for you. I do. All right. Your fake persuasion. Yeah, we're talking about goals. Currently. Sonia, I've done aerial yoga. I've done it with Adelia in Mexico. I do not enjoy aerial yoga I did not enjoy aerial yoga in Mexico as much as I enjoyed it in the US. And even in the US, it was about the silks she used. When I did it here, in Mexico, I didn't really love the silks she used. But also I prefer mat yoga. Give it to me on the ground. Aerial yoga is like a fun little moment, but as a regular practice, I prefer on the ground yoga, which I also have not been doing. So, Scott's Cheap Flight is reporting mistake fares to West Africa, 364 to Morocco. Okay. 30-day yoga journey, Danielle. When are you going to start it? Let me know. I'm reading your thingy. Okay, DeRoss loves having a mix of options for a morning routine. These days, you mostly journal and practice Spanish. I like it. Okay, so Adelia and Ivana's vision board get together is sold out. Registered people will get an email tomorrow. Okay, glass half fill. Poli is taking off for Zihuatanejo. Ixtapa on January 29th will report on the beach ocean water. I've heard it's beautiful out there. And I think I'm going this year. Adelia knows. Are we going to Zihuatanejo? I think we are. Okay. Perfect, Shani. You have a facilitator. Kiki's goal is to upgrade her house and buy more cars for my business. Kiki, how many cars do you have now? Because every time I turn around, you've got a new car. Like, I looked at a reel the other day and I was like, I can't count the number of cars in this reel. I can't. Baby, you doing it. Doing it. All right. And you want to get 8 cars? I talked to you last year, 6 months ago, and you were like, no job, living life, breathing into the universe. And just like this, you got a business. Just like this. 8 cars? I see the Tessie. I see the big vehicles, the small. You got doing it. We love to see it. We love to see it. But yes, I'm glad you ordered your passports. I hope your family is getting on board with big moves. All right. Also on my list, I think I'm caught up on the comments. I want to go to the Christmas markets in Europe for the winter. It's been on my list forever. But what? I don't like the cold. But what happens when it gets cold? I stay inside. I hibernate inside. So I would like my lover to arrange a Christmas market experience that I will enjoy this winter. Hey, lover. All right, so that, yeah, because, child, if I got to plan all that, I ain't doing it. That's my goal. So I guess the pre-Christmas market goal is like lover who organizes things. I was talking to someone today about dating in Senegal, and she was like, either they're married. She was like, if they're like, you can have an like there's a number of options, but you can't get them all. Like married, single, good looking, and you don't have to take care of them, you're not getting all three. She was like, you're not getting all three. You can get two of the three, but you're not getting single, not married, and you don't have to take care of them, right? She's like, you might even have to like take care of some of the married ones. And I was like, this is not my ministry. If you're single and she's like, if single, good looking, and enough money that you don't need to financially take care of them, you're not finding that combination. That's not my ministry. It's not my ministry. We got to financially take care of a man. In the year of our Lord, 2023? That's not what Michelle Obama was talking about. That's not what she said. She said a lot of stuff. That's not what she said. Right? Like, first of all, make your way from my imagination into real life. Why are you bullshitting? It's time. It's time for you to show up. It's time for you to show up and show out, lover. It's time. Come. What are you waiting for? If you're getting divorced, speed it up. Rapido. Pronto. Get to it. What are you doing? If you're coming out of a coma, you've been in for 45 years, come through. What are you doing? Hello. Where you been? Hi. Right? If you have amnesia and don't know who you are, but I don't have to financially take care of you, great. Where are y'all? Where are y'all? Love After Lockup says y'all all in jail. And I would still have to financially take care of you. And I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't want it. I don't want it. It's not my ministry. So yes, I would like my lover to organize the Christmas markets for me for winter 2023. Thank you. Thanks in advance. If you see me in the Christmas markets, you can guess what happened. Listen. And that's in the US. Here in Senegal, homegirl said some of these men want you to be their second wives and you have to financially take care of them. Why would I sign up to be your second wife if I got to pay the bills? Because if I have to pay the bills for you, that means I'm paying the bills for the first wife too. What is happening? What is enticing about this? Why would I do this? Can you imagine? Like, I'm sure it happens, and I don't mean to talk down about the woman who ended up in the situation. But a second wife who has to pay the bills? It's not your ministry, Tiffany. I already know. It's not mine. I come second and I got to open my wallet and pay my bills and your bill. What are you offering? Whatever it is, I'm sure it's not that good. I'm sure it's not. I'm positive. I'm sure it isn't. It's not my ministry. It's not. It's not. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. But yeah, that apparently is what's being offered in these Senegalese streets. Even if they're married, you might have to financially take care of that. I gotta pay for the first wife to get her nails done. Woo. Would I be the second if he or she is paying the bills? I don't know. I don't know the purpose in being a second wife. I don't know the purpose in being a first wife, honestly. Like, what are we doing? Why do I need this? Right? Like, I've made it to this age without ever being married. And so I don't know how I don't know how the institute of marriage would change my life in a meaningful way that I would want to pursue. Right? I've never been the kind of person who's like, I can't wait for my wedding or I can't wait for kids. I've always been like, right? Which is also probably why it's never like materialized because I'm very much like about it. And so I don't know that I'd be pressed to be a second wife to someone. I don't know. I'm not pressed because I'm not pressed to be a first wife to someone. I don't know. Zakia got the offer to be the USA wifey. What do we do with this? If we're not even in the same city, it's not like I see you like a couple times a week or like every other week. I see you every couple of months, if that. Why would we get married? What's the point? What? Because like, if we're gonna be real, like a lot of that is just about male domination and control, right? Like you have if your first wife and a second wife, they're not allowed to have other lovers. So you get to have two and they each get to have you. I'm in another country and I'm supposed to be faithful to you while you're with your other. It's not a ministry. It's just not. Mm-mm. 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 I was talking to a woman today who said that a man offered her to be his second wife, and he's like, "Get you a car, get you an apartment, blah 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 blah. My, we meet the family, blah blah blah. Guess my wife knows about it. My wife's on board, blah 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 blah. The wife ain't know a thing. The wife ain't know a thing until a dust up, and it's like." Y'all just saying these things so you can cheat, right? Like y'all just saying words so you can cheat. My wife knows you'll meet her soon and blah blah blah. The wife was not down. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. No. Life should be easy. Said I'm too fine to be number two. I, I'm too much to share, right? Like if you're not giving me, I don't need all of your attention, right? I don't need all of it. But if you can juggle me and another woman, you're not taking care of me right. If you can juggle me and another woman, you're dropping balls. There's no way. You need both hands for me. You need both hands. I require both hands. It's not me and another woman. It's not. It's not. It's barely me and a job, right? Like you're going to work. I want to go to Paris. Like, what are you doing? Why can't you take December off to go to Senegal? What's happening? Oh, you're going to work, right? Like, you don't handle me and another woman? No, absolutely not. Mm-mm. There it goes. Boxing you in. Boxing you in. Not for me. And this is what y'all talking about. Focused, right? But now, is that with the idea, Anissa, that at number 6 you could do whatever you want and he'd barely notice? Or is that the idea that like when he says jump, you jump because he's a billionaire and you're wife number 6? I'd like to know about that. All right, back to my list because we sidebarred. We love a good sidebar. I want a summer in winter or Africa. Or I think I said this already. Summer in I wrote, all right, summer in winter or Africa. No, summer in Europe or Africa. I'd like to house sit in that time. I think I did mention that already. I haven't decided between the two. I think it depends on where the house sitting opportunities are. And I really want to pay attention to my health this year. I've been putting off finding a doctor in Mexico. I haven't really made efforts to do things I need to do. Like I've never had a mammogram. It's time. It's time. I should go get a mammogram. I've gone to the dentist. I've seen the eye doctor. I've done the doctor things that were more serious. I don't say that I've been putting off that I knew I needed to do for more pressing reasons. But a mammogram, and I wanted some other like somebody to look at my lady bits. It's been a while since someone's looked at my lady bits. Get in there, So I'd like someone to. I'd like to take care of all the doctor's things I need to do. I added while we were talking massage at least once a month. I think that's generally it. I know things will change. I'm laughing because I just saw Anissa's comment. If he marries me, he knows that he'll live a life of disappointment, expecting me to do things I don't want to do. Yes. So when you say you'll marry someone and be wife, if you're a billionaire and be wife number 6, I think that only works with the idea that like, I'm gonna still do me, right? Like I'm still, because if they start to box you in, for a lot of us, there's no amount of money that makes it worth it of getting like boxed into doing like a situation that you don't want to be in. So number 6 sounds like freedom. Number 2 sounds like less freedom. A little less freedom. Yes, Brownie. We need mammograms and pap smears. Yes, sir. All right. Okay, so for those of you that have 2023 goals, what are you doing? How are you working towards your goals? Stephanie did a video recently about calendaring your plans, making sure that everything you want to do has a place on your calendar. I think that's a really important method. Unfortunately, I have no problem ignoring my calendar. For years, I've been putting things on repeat. Like do this every Tuesday. We do this every what? If a day comes around, I don't want to do it. I don't do it. I work better with habit trackers. So if I can break the things, down into habits that I can make, I can more likely do them. Or if I can set time aside, this is basically getting on my calendar. So like if I say I said I want to get massages, so say I want to get one massage at least once a month. If I schedule 5 massages between now and May, right? The end of May, and one phone call or one thing, I'm much more likely to do it than having to go in every month and do that. That's not gonna happen. I won't be getting a massage. Right? I won't be doing that. And so habit trackers help me, and paying for things in advance helps me. Maybe the way I would have quit surfing if I had already paid for those lessons. If it was really, really, truly terrible and I hated it, I would have just quit and been like, that money's gone. But I was kind of meh about it. Like, maybe it'll get better tomorrow. Maybe it'll get better tomorrow. Maybe it'll get better tomorrow. It did not get better tomorrow. But I'd already committed the money and the time. So I was like, okay, let's just do it. Let's just do it and see what happens. Terrible. The ocean hates me. I don't know why. I didn't throw any trash in you. I'm here just trying to love up on you, ocean. Trying to ride the waves. What's your problem? Anyway, so yeah, so I like habit trackers. So if I want to do my flexible morning routine every day, maybe I track it and see how many days in a row I do it, right? Or like have a quarterly calendar and mark off every time I did it. I can do that in my full focus planner, which is the one people got last year at Exodus Summit. If you did the all access pass, early bird, you got the gift box. I have one somewhere here. I always have one on me. Oh, my butt hurts. Anyways, I might as well stand up. It's in my bed. It's always close by. I sleep with my planner next to my bed. Because there's nothing else there, huh? There's no one else there. The space is empty. Might as well. Okay. Oh, I never thought I'd be dating down here when I came down here. I'll tell y'all another video. It did not work out. Okay, so in my full focus planner, there is a part in the beginning where, there are 10 pages for goals. Make this bigger so I can see what's looking. It looks like, okay, so you can see the goal summary. You write your smarter goal. It's an achievement goal or a habit goal. If it's a habit goal, down here in the bottom, you can mark off how many times you did this goal or the habit that supports the goal. Sometimes it's not necessarily, the goal isn't necessarily a habit, but there is something you can do. So like maybe the habit is, maybe the goal is I want to feel sexier. So the habit is I go dancing once a week, right? I can mark that off as once a week. It's not an everyday thing, but I can mark it off there. Boom. I think this is dirty. Let me see if I can, or it's just the light is dark. So yeah, so this, you get a reward. What's your reward? My nails are so janky, y'all. Surfing. The gel was no match for the ocean. All right, so what are the motivators? What is your motivation for doing your goal? What are the next steps? The first few actions you need to take, and what's your reward for meeting it? But this part on the bottom, the streak tracker, is what I really, really like of this. So whatever my goal is, I come up with at least one action that I want to do every day to support it. And I do that. Sorry, I'm going to try to clean off this camera again because it looks funky. Very funky. But I was like, why did we go black? That looks weird. That's much better. Okay, yeah, I will link, I'll drop a link in here to it. I know I have it somewhere. So, but I want to know from you, what do you do when you have a new goal? What do you what do you do to try to make your goal come true? Whatever things that you do to make it come true. That's my thing. I like the streaks get me going. Like if I can say I've done this every day for blah blah days, I'm much more likely to keep it up. All right, so I'm going to link to the full focus planner that I like. It is, I like the darker one because it's harder to see any stains and things. And I also like the one that's hardbound, not spiral, but we've switched it up for you guys. So I'm going to drop the link here. Planner I use. It's the same thing inside. This is the one I used for years before I switched over to this one. With the spiral, it's just a bit bigger. And so I do that. So yes, planner's there. Yes, that was the planner you got in the first Exodus Summit, and I still have some. Yes, I like the idea of rewards for following through with commitments, but my problem is that I'm very good at rewarding myself for breathing, just for being alive. It's Tuesday, right? Treat yourself. I'm that girl. And so coming up with a reward is hard for me a lot of times. I'm like, I give myself whatever I want whenever I want. So, right, especially if my reward is like if my challenge is like to not buy something, sometimes it is, or to not spend money, then it's like, do I reward myself by buying something for not buying something? Like it's challenging. I find the reward system challenging for myself. You like the spirals, Auntie Lou? I like the hardbound. But anyway, okay, so April loves involving other people. I'm not reading very well right now. In the implementation of her goal, joining a walking group, etc., instant accountability. Y'all know us over at Exodus Summit, we love accountability. I hope y'all have your accountability groups and everything is good because the Exodus Summit Facebook groups for the summit of this year and for Cancun closed yesterday. Also, yesterday was the last day to get 2022 pricing from Burnout to Bliss, but I forgot and I haven't changed the pricing yet. When I get off this call, I'm going to increase the pricing significantly. I just forgot to do it. I looked at my phone when I was at lunch. I saw that someone bought it, and I was like, they brought it at last year's price because I forgot to change the price. I'll change it when I get home. And good for them, right? Good for them for getting it last year's price because I forgot to change the price already. But yeah, when we get done with this, the price is going up quite a bit to make it what it should be. It's totally underpriced. From Brunch, it's totally underpriced, so that price is going up when this is done. Let's see. How else do you guys? What do you do to attain your goals? Once you set a goal, what do you do? What are your methods? I think this could be really helpful to share with each other. What are your methods of meeting your goals? Like I said, mine is habit tracking, breaking it down into habits and doing that. Let me see. I see your question. Give me 1 second. I think that was Auntie Lou. Cha-cha-cha-cha-cha-cha-cha. I couldn't find the spiral on Amazon, but I have an affiliate link for the company, like shopping from the company that makes it. If the spirals are still available, they will be there. I don't know if they are. Okay. With the 12-week year, You plan your quarterly reward as part of the plan. You also connect with community. I'm putting my action items on the calendar. I've been wanting to read that book, but also not. I'm kind of meh about a lot of productivity books. It all sounds like some, not all. That's not fair. A lot of it sounds like if only you're more disciplined like me, everything in your life would be better, and that's just not true for a lot of us, right? And so sometimes I'm very meh about them, but that is one that I've seen some people say good things about. I do want to check out. All right, I'm a spiritualist has got a lot done with the morning work sessions with Stephanie, even though you're not a morning person at all. That's nice to know. That's good. Because maybe I was not getting up at that hour to do anything. Love her. Y'all know I love me some Stephanie, but 5 a.m.? I don't know her. I don't know her. I don't. Mm-mm. Okay, and this says that book is the opposite of the like kind of productivity bro thing. All right, what else? What else are you guys working with to make your goals come to reality? What are your plans? What do you do? There's calendaring them. There's habit tracking, like breaking them down to habits and tracking that. And everything I like to do with each goal is I write it down and I write it down as completely as I can. And I try to visualize what I will feel like when I accomplish it. So there's a book I really like. I'm going to link to that too, called Write It Down, Make It Happen by Henrietta something, something, something. Let's see. Let me grab the. Honestly, it's one of the books that was super life changing for me. Oh, what just happened? Amazon says I bought it on April 8th, 2012. So I'm 11 years deep with that book. That book really helped me figure out like how to go from like wanting something to actually making it happen for myself. And it's more of just like I love the idea of manifesting. And I feel like I can manifest things, but I feel like a lot in life requires more than manifesting, right? Like people generally aren't homeless because they didn't manifest enough. Or like there are structural issues that we need to discuss and we don't discuss often enough. But getting writing things down for me really, really helps because it like wires my brain into wanting it and not forgetting that I want it. Sometimes I'll write a goal down and I'll forget about it. But like I've written it down, I've envisioned it, I've done this, I've created plans. If I can get a page about a goal, it's very likely to happen. Very, very likely. I'm focused now. My brain is focused. We want it. So that's definitely part of it. It's more than just like I bullet pointed my goals for today to have this conversation with you guys, but I'll go in later and like write them down in detail. That book did it for me. All right. What am I missing here? What am I missing here? Yeah, Asma Sarah says she has to pay for things to herself in advance to make myself do them. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Uh-huh. All right. Emoji says I have to get an accountability partner and stop with the overachieving in order to keep a balanced life. Yes, that's it. Another thing is we make too many goals. We're like, this is the year everything changes. And then you feel overwhelmed in like 2 weeks. Right? Right, you got to stop. We have to be more gentle with ourselves when we're coming up with these goals. Auntie Lou says, I need to have better habits. Tasks give me anxiety. Yeah. It's the habits. So another book that helped with that for me was Habits? That's not the name of the book. Hold on. I'm going to help you on. Google's and Amazon's going to tell me when I bought it too because it tells me everything. Amazon is like, I know you. Habits. Atomic Habits. That was it. Atomic Habits changed a lot for me as well. I was like, oh, this stuff makes sense. The hardcover is cheaper than the Kindle. That stuff never makes sense to me. Right? Like, why is the hardcover cheaper than the Kindle? In the Kindle, you send it to me electronically. There's literally no cost to you in the Kindle. Why is it so much money? Why isn't it just like 30 cents? Just give me your 30-cent book and move on. Like what? But Atomic Habits, if you haven't read it, I really recommend it. It's a very good book about habits and like using habits to change your life. Okay, when did Amazon say I bought it? I purchased the Kindle format February 24th, 2019. I think I've ordered this twice then because I thought I had it before then. Huh. Okay. What are other productivity books that you love? Let us know. Okay, I'm a spirit artist says I'm going to work on the business of my art an hour a day for 2 or 3 days a week. I love it. Okay, so for me though, I can't say 2 or 3 days a week. I have to say a certain amount of time every day. For me, it has to be every day or not. 2 or 3 days will be like, I'll say on Sunday it's 2 or 3 days, and then it's Saturday afternoon, I haven't done it one time. Like I have to do it I am that person. And that's part of making changes in your life is being true to who you are. Like I can change some things that I do, but I can't change who I am. I don't believe I can change who I am, right? I can't build a habit while fighting against my innate nature. Let me work on one thing at a time. And so for me, it's like if I had that goal, it would be I will spend 30 minutes every day, or I'll spend 15 minutes a day, or 10 minutes a day every day to do that. Because the time I take, especially if it's more than one day off, I can take one day off. If I take more than one day off, no, it's not happening. It's not. It's not it. It's not happening. Not at all. All right, let's see. Cancun, we went in July, Umoja. So that's an old thing. About the Morocco meetup, it is sold out. We have a wait list. People will ask for refunds. It's going to happen. Some people will be surprised by the cost of the flight or change their mind or something comes up, they won't be able to do it. We'll get refunds and we will work our way through part of the waiting list. I don't know how much, but part of the waiting list we'll work through. So don't worry. We cannot add any more spaces. I've gotten some emails, some requests. Open up a space for me. And I'm like, I can't. Unless you want to go to a meetup in which you do not meet anybody, you don't do any of the activities, there's no space. Like there's literally no space. It's not a space constraint we made because we're trying to be exclusive. It's a space constraint we made because our organizer was like, that is the max capacity, right? And we can't do anything beyond max capacity. We could assume that some people aren't going to come and oversell, but that's just not like us, right? Because then what happens if you can't? What happens if everyone shows up, right? It doesn't work. Like if everyone shows up, I can easily not go to an event, and Stephanie cannot go to an event. But then you're gonna be like, why weren't you there at your meetup, right? I can ask my mom to not go, but you know what? She's gonna be there. My mama's gonna be like, I came all the way to Morocco to go to the desert. I'm going to Agafite Desert. So we don't oversell tickets. If there's a max capacity, we stop it at the max capacity. I'm a spirit artist, says she's a list maker and she posts her goals on the wall in her studio. Okay, I like it. Okay, Janae, the luxury vagabond, says I don't try to accomplish all goals at one time. I'm all in on that one thing until it's set, then I move on. That's very smart too. I'm not like that. For everything. Yeah, how convenience fees on these Kindle books? Why is it so expensive? Tony, tell me why? Why more expensive than the hardcover that you have to send to me through shipping? Thanks, Asia. How you doing, girl? Okay, Dr. Lauren Gilbert Smith says, yes, I have to write it down. I make junk journals to express myself. I've never journaled for my creative ideas. This year, I started using one notebook for personal thoughts. Not really a journal, but more like, here's a list of to-dos around the house, right? Or like for me, like figure out gumbo recipe on my to-do list. And on the same notebook, I was putting in work to do. And it's the first time I haven't had separate books, and that worked pretty well for me. Like, it's not a journal, so it's not like I'm talking about my private life in there. But having like one notebook to keep me organized instead of multiple notebooks for like personal life and for work worked a lot better than I thought it would have. All right. FDM 215 says, I'm bad at actually following my calendar too. Hopefully setting project-like goals might be more successful. Girl, I hope so, because I look at my calendar, I'll have like things scheduled out, look at my calendar, I'll be like, I want to eat plantain chips on the couch. I'm very much like a how I feel in the moment person. I feel like not working. Which is why I need a job. I need to do something that does not require me to do a lot, like very scheduled things, right? I have very few things that I'm committed to doing each week at a certain time. All right, your favorite persuasion bought on Kindle. I hope you use my link. I'll get 16 cents from Amazon or whatever. I don't know. Amazon loves to play people with those affiliate links. All right, so Luxury Vagabond says books that are different ways to look at productivity in your life, 4,000 Weeks and Die with Zero. They focus on the mindset of life and what we prioritize. Thank you, thank you. Thanks, Jesse. All right, Letitia finished Rest and Resistance that she got during Exodus Summit, a game changer for her life. I haven't finished it yet. I told myself I was going to be reading all through December, but you know what I was doing? Sleeping. I was surfing and sleeping. Surfing, trying my hardest not to drown, and then going to sleep. And feeling like I could not move my body, like nothing will move. I'm done. That's it. All right. Thank you, your faith persuasion. All right, so what else? Anyone else have anything on goals, or we can wrap it up early today? When I first started doing these lives, after like an hour, I'd be like, we've talked about everything. And then I realized, like in the last few months, we've been going like 3 hours for some of these calls. And I'm like, what are we talking about for 3 hours? And when I first started this, an hour, like at 45 minutes, I'd be like, we've hit it. Time to go. Wrap it up. And now I'm like, was that a 3 hour call? Did we sit on the 3 hours? Wow. But yeah, we're 90 minutes in. Your favorite percentage of my goals are the same as last year. What are you going to do this year that's different from last year to make those goals happen? Hey, hello, Sacred at Play. All right, I think we're gonna say adios. Thank you everyone for coming and sharing. I'll drop the book recommendations in the description. We mentioned Cashing Out. Cashing Out was a book by our speaker, our keynote speaker at Exodus Summit, Cashing Out, by the lady and her husband. My brain, it's too late in the day. I told y'all it's 6:30 for me. I am a morning person, not an evening person. My brain does not work. Kirsten and that man she's married to. Lovely people. Enjoy them immensely. Rich and Regular. That's a good book. I'll link to that as well. So I think that's it. Thank you everyone for coming. Happy New Year. I'm going to see if I can find some water and maybe some cash. And I will talk to you guys. I'll be home next Sunday, so I'll be coming to you from Mexico City next Sunday. Have a beautiful year. It's the first day of the year. It's the first day. Whether you consider this like a new year where you want to start over from scratch, you want to reset in January, or whether you want to chill and this doesn't really mean anything to you, I'm wishing you all the best. I am going to drop another link to my other YouTube channel because I'm doing a lot of money beginning of the year stuff over there. And if you want to get your money right in 2022, I suggest you subscribe. Dropping the link. And I will talk to you guys next time. Bye, everybody. I love you guys. You really are like an awesome community. You've changed my life in a lot of ways. A lot. You guys have changed my life in a lot of ways that I don't really talk about. Am I about to get emotional on the internet? But no, you guys mean a lot to me, and it's weird because it's like this community, and you don't see each other in person until Marrakesh, but you guys mean a lot to me. I want you to know that. So, hugs and kisses. Until the next time. Bye.